Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon to all. First thing first, it's a great honor to be with you today at AEBF 2025. I would like to take this opportunity as well to thank the organizer for inviting Tenaga Nasional, especially myself, to be speaking to you on one of the hottest topic of the day, ASEAN Power Grid. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take this opportunity to quickly introduce Tenaga Nasional to all the esteemed, distinguished guests for today. So, a quick introduction. Tenaga Nasional is the biggest national utility of Malaysia, operating in Semenanjung or Peninsular Malaysia. So, we are, in terms of distribution asset or transmission asset, we own almost 100% in Peninsular Malaysia. And in terms of generation market share, we are at 52% for all the generation business in Peninsular Malaysia. At the same time, we also have international footprint in United Kingdom, Ireland, Australia, Turkey, and Saudi Arabia. So the notable one is we have equity stake in UK, Vantage, mainly on the solar generation. And we also have recently acquired Spark Renewable in Australia, also on the solar generation business in Australia. Yeah? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so I would like to focus on why ASEAN Power Grid is very important. In terms of aligning to the national aspiration, the National Energy Transition Roadmap, which was launched in August or September 2023, the target national aspiration is to deliver 40% RE integration by 2035 and net zero or 70% RE integration by 2050. Tenaga Nasional has also established, in order to align the position with the NETA aspiration, we have established Tenaga Nasional Energy Transition Plan, which anchor on three major pillars. The first pillar is to accelerate the generation decarbonization. The second pillar is develop flexible and cross-border grid. And the third pillar, to empower cross-sector electrification and prosumers. In terms of the responsibility of the grid division of Tenaga Nasional, we are looking into the second pillar. The second pillar, Tenaga Nasional or grid division have to ensure the grid is always ready for any RE integration program in Semenanjung Malaysia or Peninsular Malaysia. We 100% committed to support the national aspiration. For example, in terms of LSS program by Petra, our ministry, and also CRESS program, which trying to implement the third-party access between the solar generator or RE generator to the directly to the off-taker. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I would like to highlight for today's purpose, the context. We are also committed 100% to deliver the national aspiration to deliver ASEAN Power Grid. Because we believe that by having or connecting the ASEAN Power Grid, Tenaga Nasional or even Malaysia, we can accelerate the aspiration in terms of delivery the 70% net zero by 2050. Ladies and gentlemen, ASEAN Power Grid is more than regional energy project. It is a vision of how collaboration can change or convert diversity into strength. By connecting the ASEAN Power Grid, we can deliver or share, even tap on the surplus and abundant RE resources, and we also can balance the supply and demand across borders, and on top of that, eventually we can bring sustainable electricity all the way to the millions of people across ASEAN countries. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to straight away go into why ASEAN Power Grid now is very critical and the latest status of all the project ASEAN Power Grid in Semenanjung Malaysia, Tenaga Nasional perspective. Yeah? First thing first, okay, in terms of the existing interconnections that we have, currently we have two interconnections. The two interconnections that we have is between Malaysia or northern state of Peninsular Malaysia, connecting to IGAT, Thailand. It's about 100 over kilometers, HVDC 300 kV line, and the capacity for transfer maximum is 300 megawatt. So this project has been commissioned for the past 20 years. And then we also have the second operational, fully operational interconnection to Singapore, where we are connecting the southern state of Malaysia, Johor Bahru, directly to Singapore. Actually the capacity is about 1,100 megawatt. So at the moment, the only proven interconnection arrangement is LTMS 1.0. LTMS is Laos PDR, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore interconnection, which was first introduced in 2022. And this interconnection passed through Thailand interconnection and all the way through Semenanjung or Peninsular Grid, all the way to Singapore. And the maximum, the bottleneck is actually, for the LTMS, is 300 megawatt, the Thailand interconnection. So in terms of national or aspiration of ASEAN Power Grid, 300 megawatt is clearly its bottleneck. So we believe that minimum every interconnection have to deliver is 1,000 megawatt. So we have planned to upgrade interconnection in Thailand, between Thailand and Malaysia. We also have planned to upgrade the interconnection in Singapore to deliver the national or even the ASEAN Power Grid aspiration. I would like to go straight to the rest of ASEAN Power Grid in the pipeline so far under Tenaga Nasional or even Malaysia that we would like to facilitate in the future so that we can deliver the ASEAN Power Grid together. So ladies and gentlemen, there are 7 listed here, but I would like to focus on 3, the most advanced in terms of progress so far. So from this particular map, we have 7 here, but I would like to focus on maybe item number 3, Vietnam, Malaysia, Singapore interconnection. And then I will also focus on number 6, which is the second link Singapore. And the third one, which I would like to focus, is number 7, which is the Sarawak interconnection to Peninsular Malaysia, Johor State. Yeah? I'm going straight to the first update on the VMS, Vietnam, Malaysia, Singapore. So VMS, we have started the project for the past 1 year plus, okay? And the current key milestone now, we have signed JDA, Joint Development Agreement, 3 parties, during the ASEAN Summit meeting in May. I think the exchange of document happened on the 26th of May this year between 3 parties, the MyEC, a Malaysia energy company, comprised of the heavyweights of Malaysia, Petronas and Tenaga Nasional. So MyEC is Petronas and Tenaga Nasional representing Malaysia, and we have PVN from Vietnam and also Sembcorp from Singapore. So the JDA was signed in May 2025. Yeah? So apparently, so the current status now is we are going towards the formation of, to proceed with the next feasibility study. Yeah? I will describe to you the latest timeline in a short while. I would like to try to explain what is this interconnection is all about. We are looking at wind power generation from Vietnam. So the total capacity for the purpose of evacuation all the way through Malaysia to Singapore is about 2,000 megawatt. So the connectivity will be via a submarine cable, 700 kilometers from Vietnam to the eastern state of Malaysia, Kelantan or Kota Baru Kandis, the city. So from Kota Baru Kandis, is going to be connected all the way directly to Singapore via a new 500 kV super grid overhead line, passing through main major state or eastern corridor of Malaysia, Peninsular Malaysia. So it will start from the wind power, Vietnam, submarine cable, 700 kilometer, Kota Baru, Kelantan, eastern state, the landing point, and then it will pass through Terengganu, Pahang, Johor, and all the way to the southern part of Johor, and then eventually the connectivity to Singapore. Yeah? So this is the detail of the overhead line supergrid that we have to deliver. So the total length is 782 kilometers, all the way from Kelantan to Singapore. And the total cost here, we are looking at close to 10 billion, only on the overhead line only. Of course, the rest of the total, we are looking at more than, up to the submarine cable is about 21 billion. And then the power, the generation could be another few billion. Yeah? But anyway, that finalization will happen during the full FS to be delivered soon. And of course, the target to complete the VMS FS will be sometime in 2027. So this is the latest timeline that I would like to focus on. So we have completed the JDA signing. So now we are in the middle of, we are about to start the FEL 1, which is the FS 1 and even the FS number 2. We target to complete all the FAS by 2027, and the project will start commencing 2027 onwards, and to deliver the whole COD of the VMS by 2034. So this is the first status of the VMS. The second interrelated project to ensure the successful story of VMS is actually the Second Link Singapore. The Second Link Singapore, we are proposing a 2,000 megawatt second link. The existing first link, the upgraded version is 1,100, but in order to deliver VMS, we need to upgrade to add another link, the second link. The second link is 2,000 megawatt, and we are targeting to deliver the second link by 2029 or 2030. But of course, this is very much have to be aligned with the VMS target COD. Yeah? But of course, at the same time, we believe that by completing the project second link of Singapore very much faster, we can tap on certain values. For example, we are implementing more upcoming interconnection, for example, Sarawak interconnection. And of course, by doing the implementation of the upgrading of existing Thailand interconnection, so we believe that the second link is very appropriate to deliver faster, so that our local market, the RE generation, can also be take to Singapore directly instead of waiting for the Sarawak interconnection and VMS interconnection. So at the moment, in terms of technical requirement, there will be a grid augmentation at the Peninsula side under Tenaga Nasional. So there's going to be a 500 kV new PMU or substation at Pasir Gudang, and we also connecting the new 500 kV from Tenaga Nasional all the way to Singapore via their submarine cable. But in this case, we are proposing HVAC submarine cable 2 km, and this submarine cable will be connecting Pasir Gudang in Semenanjung to Pasir Ris in Singapore. It's about 2 km submarine cable. So as I explained just now, the target to commission or COD is 2039. So this is definitely the challenge given by our top management, Tenaga Nasional, because we have more values to create by doing or implementing the second link faster. The third project I would like to update on the latest status is the Sarawak Interconnection. Sarawak Interconnection is another big project between Sarawak and Peninsula. There will be a hydro generation proposed to be our RE trading from Sarawak all the way to Singapore. So we are looking at a potential 1,000 megawatt capacity, and then the potential will go all the way to 2,000 megawatt subject to the business model. Okay, the whole generation of Sarawak, the starting point of interconnection will start at Sampadi. Sampadi is somewhere near the edge of Kuching. Sampadi. So there will be another 700 kilometer HVDC line as well, submarine cable, all the way from Sampadi to Sedeli, Johor. So it's a 700 kilometer. And then eventually, in terms of off-taking, we are looking at, since our target to justify the business model, we are looking at 70-30. 70 is actually % to be evacuated to Singapore, and then maybe about 30% of the total capacity will be used in the local market of Semenanjung, Malaysia. The status of Sarawak Interconnection. So far, Sarawak Interconnection, we have completed our pre-FS in February, March this year. So now, currently, we are finalizing or funneling the potential consortium partner, because it's going to be big, and we are looking into 51% local content in terms of equity share, and then about 49% by international player. So we have identified key potential JV consortium partner. We are in the middle of signing NDA between all these shortlisted companies, and then we target the NDA to be signed urgently, and then we're going to finalize the JV consortium by end of this year, so that we can start commencing on the full feasibility study by January next year. So this is actually the 3 biggest interconnection project that we are focusing now. On top of that, we have 2 more, which is in the pipeline. At the moment, I think the whole process at the moment suspended for a while because we have certain issue to be discussed. For example, we have EGAT, as I mentioned just now. We are thinking of upgrading EGAT interconnection or Thailand-Malaysia interconnection from 300 megawatt existing to more than 1,000 megawatt. So we have completed the pre-FS and we have completed the joint working committee as well with EGAT. At the moment, there are 2 proposals. The first proposal is actually to upgrade the existing HVDC 300 kV, 300 megawatt to 500 kV AC, 1,000 megawatt or higher. AC, 500 kV. The second option is actually to upgrade the HVDC from monopole, 300 megawatt, to maybe bipole, and then we can increase the capacity to 600 megawatt to 900 megawatt. So this, we are still in the middle of discussion with EGAT, and we hope we can finalize the direction by maybe end of this year, so that we can focus on what next, for example, the full FS, and eventually to start take off on the project, yeah? So the 5th project that we also that is also in the pipeline is actually Sumatra interconnection to Peninsular Malaysia. So it's going to be interconnection between Sumatra to Malacca. At the moment, the status now, we are doing the pre-FS, so spearheaded by our ACE. So the funding for the pre-FS is under USTDA, and then hopefully we can recommence back the pre-FS, and eventually we can take off the project as soon as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a quick update as well on the second link Singapore just now. I forgot to explain to you. The latest update for Singapore second link, we will be signing JDA, 3-party JDA between Tenaga Nasional, SGEI, Singapore Energy Interconnection, subsidiary of the Singapore government, and also SPPA, SP Power, on 16, which is tomorrow. So we will sign JDA document tomorrow, and then we also have scheduled the exchange of document to be witnessed by TPM, our Deputy Prime Minister, on 17, which is on Friday. So these 3 projects, VMS, Singapore, and also Sarawak Interconnection, will be the 3 major interconnection projects, which is already in our pipeline, and we hope, and we are very committed and very positive, this project will take off successfully, and inshallah, we will deliver as per the timeline required for this particular project. Last but not least, okay, I just want to quickly summarize my presentation. So the ASEAN Power Grid is actually very critical now. So as I committed just now, Tenaga Nasional is actually spearheading the whole activity under ASEAN Power Grid. Actually, we are assisting our national aspiration as well. So we are looking into ASEAN Power Grid as our main key deliverable to meet the aspiration of NETA. So of course, the realization of this potential requires a strategy and coordinated approach. And of course, there are 4 elements that we have to focus in order to ensure that the success story of the ASEAN Power Grid can be delivered successfully. So we have to focus on the robust infrastructure development. We have to ensure that clear, bankable commercial framework. In this case, we are looking into the business model. We have 3 type business models that we are considering now. One is the IBR. IBR is actually a regulated business model. And the second one is actually merchant model, which is B2B model. And the third one, maybe a hybrid model, is a cap and floor model. So we yet to finalize. All this will be finalized after the full FS completed for all the project. And then we have to focus on bilateral or multilateral coordination. And then last but not least, we have to ensure that the policy certainty and energy diplomacy. Ladies and gentlemen, I think with that, I would like to end my presentation. All the best to all the ASEAN countries. APG is actually the way forward for the future. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Walaikum salam. Thank you so much, Mr. Hasmarizal. Integration is the real value and challenge, so let's move past fragmented grids towards a more